Hi there, how are you?
Just fine. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, are you on a train traveling?
Yeah, we're doing a gig tonight in Lyon, France, and unfortunately the train was delayed by a couple of hours. But yeah, we're on the way there. We'll be playing. We're on stage at 1:45 in the morning.
Wonderful. With the Stunges, I think, with Iggy.
Well, yeah, Iggy's on, I think, at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
2 a.m.
Okay, amazing. So, first of all, tell us about your latest album, Content.
Yeah, and Andy and I have been working on the record for a while now, and we've been working very hard to get something which has got really powerful guitar, great rhythms, and the sorts of subject matters that you know,
yeah,
that we've explored. And so it sounds really sort of tough, and it's very stripped down, and the production is really crisp and powerful.
Wonderful. And John, how do you feel being a member of one of the best British bands ever? I mean, you know, Gang of Four, yeah, was a great influence for R.E.M., Red Hot Chili Peppers, Franz Ferdinand, yeah. Yeah,
well, it's very flattering, you know, you should say that, but I think that when you start in a band and when you carry on in a band, what you want to do is constantly create music that's relevant, and also that is about something important. And I think that when Andy and I started and started the band, we wanted to do something that really was dealt with things in a different and interesting way.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any music out there, and there still isn't. I think a lot of music out there now that sort of I think takes on some of the many things in the world from a subject perspective, but also from a sort of musical perspective. I think there's too much genre music out there, and so both from whether you're approaching from a words perspective or a sound perspective, there's too much music that sounds like too many other things, I think.
Yeah. And what about the UK nowadays with David Cameron?
Well, it's a strange thing, and you know, a very incredibly difficult time in Greece. I mean, we're all the victims of very criminal banks and financial institutions, and who have destroyed much that we've all worked hard to build among ourselves, and you know, we're all collectively the victims of that sort of criminality.
John, any memories from John Peel? I'm talking about the John Peel sessions, of course, with Gang of Four.
Yeah, John Peel was always a great supporter of ours, and he was a great guy, and was incredibly modest, and he genuinely thought that musicians were worth something, and were valuable, and had this sort of continuous and ongoing pleasure at being among musicians. And the more varied they were, and the more different the things that they did, the more pleasure he took in it. And it's not just us. I mean, friends of ours, you know, in every band's as different as R.E.M. and the Buzzcocks, you know, and the like, all say the same things about that. I'm sitting next to Andy Gill next to me, who
say hello.
No, you want to have a word, you can, because Andy produced the tribute record for John Peel. Now I'll just hand you over to Andy here.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah. I just heard you talking about John Peel.
Of course, yeah.
The tribute single was because he had two. Supposedly, John Peel had two favorite records. One was Teenage Kicks,
Undertones, yeah.
And the other one was Ever Fallen in Love by
the Buzzcocks. Yeah.
And someone had so when John Peel died, his family were kind of organising this tribute thing, and someone had recently covered Teenage Kicks, so we thought we'd go with the Buzzcocks song, and so we had Pete Shelley singing on it, but we also had Elton John singing on it, and Robert Plant.
Come on, really?
And Roger Daltrey.
Cool.
And then also these, you know, I mean, so these kind of mega stars from the past, plus because people forget that how long John Peel had been around for, you know, they really feel a debt of gratitude to John Peel. People like John feel that he really helped them in their early days, you know. And
like
so it was
David Bowie.
Yeah. So people like that, and also these kind of relatively unknown bands like the Datsuns, playing on it as well.
Wonderful news, really.